Imagine a garden. Sun-drenched tomatoes hang heavy on the vine, bees buzz lazily among lavender bushes, their scent thick in the warm air. A gentle breeze rustles through the leaves of an apple tree, laden with fruit. This is a garden built for resilience, a haven designed to thrive in our changing climate. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. It's here, impacting our gardens in ways both subtle and dramatic. Longer, hotter summers, unpredictable rainfall, and milder winters are the new normal. But don't despair. With a little adaptation and a shift in perspective, our gardens can not only survive, but truly flourish. This is not about mourning the gardens we once had, but about embracing the gardens we can create. Gardens that are tougher, more adaptable, and more in tune with the natural rhythms of our planet. Gardens that nourish us, delight us, and connect us to the earth in a profound way. So, let's grab our trowels, roll up our sleeves, and embark on this exciting journey together. Let's explore the world of climate-resilient gardening, where challenges become opportunities and our gardens transform into beacons of hope for the future. Our gardens are microcosms of the wider world, acutely sensitive to the shifts in climate patterns. Temperatures are rising, leading to hotter summers and milder winters. Rainfall is becoming less predictable, with periods of drought punctuated by intense downpours. These changes present challenges but also opportunities to rethink our approach to gardening. Traditional gardening practices, often based on predictable seasons, need to adapt. We can no longer rely solely on age-old wisdom. We need to observe, learn, and respond to the changing rhythms of our environment. The good news is that plants are incredibly resilient. They've weathered changing climates for millennia. By understanding the principles of climate resilience, we can choose the right plants, employ water-wise techniques, and nurture healthy soil that can withstand the challenges ahead. This is about working in harmony with nature, not against it. It's about understanding the new normal and adapting our gardening practices to create thriving, resilient spaces that bring us joy for years to come. Choosing the right plants is crucial for a climate-resilient garden. We need to move away from water-hungry, high-maintenance species and embrace those that can handle the heat, cope with drought, and bounce back from unpredictable weather events. Look for plants native to your region or those adapted to similar climates. These plants have evolved to thrive in local conditions and are naturally more resilient. Think about plants from Mediterranean climates, known for their ability to withstand long, dry summers. Consider plants with drought-tolerant characteristics like deep roots that can tap into moisture reserves, silvery foliage that reflects sunlight, or succulent leaves that store water. Lavender, rosemary, sedums, and alliums are all excellent choices. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try out different plants and see what thrives in your garden's microclimate. Remember, diversity is key. A mix of plant species creates a more resilient ecosystem, better able to withstand pests, diseases, and changing weather patterns. Water is precious, and in a changing climate, we need to use it wisely in our gardens. Gone are the days of carefree sprinklers and hosepipe bans. It's time to embrace water-saving techniques that benefit both our gardens and the environment. Install a water butt to collect rainwater from your roof. This free, naturally soft water is ideal for your plants. Use it to water your garden during dry spells, reducing your reliance on mains water. Mulch, mulch, mulch. A thick layer of organic mulch like bark chippings or compost helps retain moisture in the soil, reducing evaporation and the need for frequent watering. It also suppresses weeds and improves soil structure. Water deeply and less frequently. This encourages plants to develop deep roots, making them more drought-tolerant. Water early in the morning or late in the evening to minimize evaporation. Consider installing a drip irrigation system. These systems deliver water directly to the roots of plants, minimizing waste and ensuring efficient water usage. Healthy soil is the foundation of a resilient garden. It's a living ecosystem teeming with beneficial organisms that help plants thrive. By nurturing our soil, we create a buffer against drought, improve drainage, and enhance the overall health of our gardens. Add plenty of organic matter to your soil. Compost, well-rotted manure, and leaf mold improve soil structure, increase water-holding capacity, and provide essential nutrients for plants. Embrace no-dig gardening. Digging disrupts the natural structure of the soil and can harm beneficial organisms. Instead, add a layer of organic matter to the surface annually, allowing worms and other creatures to do the digging for you. Encourage biodiversity in your soil. A diverse range of soil organisms, from bacteria and fungi to earthworms and beetles, creates a healthy and resilient ecosystem. Avoid using chemical pesticides and herbicides that can harm these beneficial creatures. Remember, healthy soil is not built overnight. It's an ongoing process of nurturing and replenishing. By making soil health a priority, we create a resilient foundation for our gardens to thrive in the years to come. A truly resilient garden is not just about plants, it's about creating a thriving ecosystem. By attracting wildlife, we encourage natural pest control, pollination, and a healthy balance in our outdoor spaces. Provide food sources for pollinators. Plant a variety of nectar-rich flowers such as lavender, butteljahs, and sunflowers to attract bees, butterflies, and hoverflies. These beneficial insects play a crucial role in pollinating our plants and ensuring the continuation of plant life. Offer shelter and nesting sites. Leave piles of logs and leaves in a corner of your garden to provide habitats for insects, hedgehogs, and other small creatures. Install bird boxes to encourage nesting birds, which will help keep pest populations in check. Create a water source. A pond, even a small one, can attract a wealth of wildlife. Birds will use it for drinking and bathing, while frogs and dragonflies will lay their eggs in the water. Remember, a garden teeming with life is a healthy garden. By welcoming wildlife into our outdoor spaces, we create a more balanced and resilient ecosystem that benefits both nature and ourselves. Adapting to a changing climate in our gardens might seem daunting, but it's also an opportunity to rediscover the joys of gardening. It's about embracing the unexpected, celebrating the resilience of nature, and finding beauty in every season. Don't be afraid to experiment with new plants and techniques. Gardening is a lifelong journey of learning and discovery. Embrace the challenges and celebrate the successes along the way. Find beauty in the changing seasons. Appreciate the vibrant colors of autumn foliage, the delicate beauty of winter frost, and the promise of new life in the spring. Connect with other gardeners, share your experiences, exchange tips and advice, and learn from each other. Join a local gardening club or online forum to connect with like-minded individuals. Remember, gardening is more than just a hobby, it's a way of life. It's about connecting with nature, finding solace in the outdoors, and nurturing life in all its forms. Climate-resilient gardening is about shifting our mindset. It's about moving away from the idea of control and embracing the principles of working with nature, not against it. Observe your garden closely. Pay attention to the microclimates, the soil types, and the patterns of sunlight and shade. Understand the challenges and opportunities presented by your unique environment. Choose plants that are suited to your garden's conditions. Don't try to force plants to grow where they are not happy. Embrace the plants that thrive in your local environment. Mimic nature's patterns. Plant in layers just as you would find in a forest, with taller plants providing shade for smaller ones. Use ground cover plants to suppress weeds and retain moisture. Embrace the unexpected. Nature is full of surprises. Don't be afraid to experiment, learn from your mistakes, and adapt your approach as needed. We don't need to make drastic changes to make a difference. Even small adjustments to our gardening practices can have a big impact on the environment and the resilience of our gardens. Reduce your use of peat. Peat bogs are important carbon sinks, and their extraction for horticulture is contributing to climate change. Choose peat-free alternatives for your compost and potting mixes. Compost your kitchen scraps and garden waste. Composting reduces the amount of waste going to landfill and provides a valuable source of nutrients for your garden. Choose locally sourced plants and materials. Reducing the distance your plants and gardening supplies travel lowers your carbon footprint. Encourage wildlife in your garden. Even small urban gardens can provide valuable habitats for insects, birds, and other creatures. The future of gardening is in our hands. By embracing the principles of climate resilience, we can create gardens that are not only beautiful, but also sustainable and adaptable to the challenges of a changing world. Imagine a future where gardens are havens of biodiversity, teeming with life. Where water is used wisely, soil is nurtured, and plants thrive in harmony with nature. This is not a utopian dream but a future within our grasp. By making conscious choices in our gardens, we can create a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. Let's be the generation that turns the tide on climate change, one garden at a time. Let's create a future where gardens are not just a luxury, but a vital part of a healthy and sustainable planet. Gardening for climate resilience is not about sacrificing beauty or abundance. It's about creating gardens that delight us year-round, providing a constant source of joy, sustenance, and connection to the natural world. Embrace the beauty of each season. Celebrate the vibrant colors of autumn foliage, the delicate beauty of winter frost, the promise of new life in the spring, and the abundance of summer blooms. Extend the seasons with clever planting. Choose varieties that flower or fruit at different times of the year to ensure a continuous display of color and a steady supply of fresh produce. Create cozy nooks for year-round enjoyment. A sheltered patio with a fire pit, a greenhouse for winter gardening, or a pergola draped in fragrant climbers can provide year-round enjoyment of your outdoor space. Remember, a climate-resilient garden is not a static entity, but a constantly evolving tapestry of life. Embrace the changes, celebrate the successes, and find joy in the journey of creating a garden for all seasons.